Didn't do it right the first time, and now I'm not gonna do it the second time. Do it right the fifth time. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Getting a little bit of a late start this morning. It's about 7 a.m. I got a good workout in this morning. Got up a little later. Got up around 11 or 6. Got a little workout in this morning. Do a few little chores. Michelle's already fed the goats, and let's go take a look at them there. Like I said in the last video, we moved away from feeding them sweet feed, and we're feeding them hay, fresh pasture, and some minerals, and they're doing really good. You know, we kind of wean them off the sweet feed slowly, but they're doing good on the hay feeder. One thing, the hay, excuse me. But one thing we need to do is we've got to come up with a hay feeder. Because right now we're just putting it on the ground, and that's wasting a lot of hay. But they're doing good. They're doing really good, and there's plenty of pasture out here. In this, we've got about a little more than a half an acre fence stall for them, and they got plenty of fresh pasture and browse that they can eat on, and of course the hay. But yeah, we got to come up with a hay feeder. If you got a good idea for a DIY hay feeder, shoot us an email. I've seen some of people where they take the big IBC totes, the frames, and make hay feeders out of them. So may do something like that. If you got an idea, let us know. But let me flip this around here. So that they are enjoying the hay. Like I said, there is a lot of waste. That's the only bad thing about pulling it on the ground. We got to come up with something better, but they're enjoying the hay. Just relaxing. There's Coco. She thinks I'm gonna hand her some good stuff across the fence. We got a lot of honeysuckle that grows on the outside of the fence. They cleaned up all the honeysuckle that's on the inside, but we got a lot of honeysuckle on the outside. A lot of times they'll come over here and pull some honeysuckle down and give it to them. And it's like a treat for them. They love honeysuckle. But the main reason that I wanted to come out here today is to do a little bit of watering. So we're supposed to get rain tomorrow, but not really sure about how much we're going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and get the sprinkler going this morning. Get the watering going. So I've got to come up here and pull some hose down. When you have tomatoes, cucumbers, things, most of your vegetables, most of the vegetables that we grow, they require quite a bit of water. And so this is our dry season, I guess you can say. And one of these days, I'm going to get smart and run a water line out to the garden so that we can have a hydrant where we don't have to constantly deal with cord. This is just not an old sprinkler, but an old style spike sprinkler that I've got taped to a tomato stake. This is the front corner. So with this one sprinkler, covers about 80% of the garden. We'll usually run, if it's a real dry week, we'll run the sprinkler on one side of the garden one day, and then the next time we water, maybe a couple days later, we'll run it to the other side. Oh, we got a problem. Must have a kink, because it's not doing its little dance. That is not what you want. All right, let's get this kink out of here, and we should be in business. There we go. All right, guys, as usual, is that stake is coming up. The best way to do this is a T-post. I'm out of T-posts, and I want to go buy a T-post just to put in the ground here that I'm going to have to pull up in a couple months. So here I am duct taping to a tomato stake that's not strong enough to hold it. See, that's not worked out too well for me. So the right way to do this would be use a T-post and actually use something better than duct tape to attach it. But knowing me, always do it right the 5th time. So I didn't do it right the first time, and now I'm not gonna do it right the second time. Do it right the 5th time. I'm out here, my wife is inside, and just went over there to get the duct tape off the ground, and when I looked up, she was standing there. It kind of gave me a fright. Hello, Michelle. Camera's on this side if you want to say hello. She's like, nope. I turned the sprinkler on and it immediately started spraying the woods instead of the garden. So here I am doing it right the 5th time. Still not doing it right. But maybe that will hold. Nope, never. Never gonna hold. All right. We're gonna turn the water on again. Oh. May have to readjust it. Oh. There we go. That's not bad. Make sure it's getting the first row. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I always say the job is never finished till you put your tools away, and that means I have pretty much unfinished jobs everywhere around this place. But I'm going to do the right thing and put everything back where it's supposed to be. So, duct tape and the hammer. Michelle's over here feeding honeysuckle to the goats. I told you their favorite little snack is honeysuckle. So, pulling honeysuckle out, and they absolutely love it. They love honeysuckle. It's like their favorite little weed. When we bought these goats, this field, we used to raise pigs in here, in this pasture, and then we stopped raising pigs. We kind of didn't enjoy it, and well, by the time we brought these goats in, the field, it was really overgrown. All of the fence rows were just covered up with honeysuckle and vines and Virginia creeper, and it was just a mess. And they cleaned it up within a few months. So they love honeysuckle. Come on. Here you go, Daisy. Here you go, Daisy. Come on. There you go. These goats, when we first got them, were very, what's the word, Michelle?
Skittish?
Skittish, yes. They were very skittish. Make sure that I'm getting this. They're very skittish. And so it took a long time to get them to trust us, I guess you could say. They're still a little skittish.
He's not.
You know, Rudy will let you pet him pretty good. Daisy, you can pet every once in a while. Coco is kind of still like, you know, look but don't touch kind of thing. You know, this is one of the reasons we enjoy raising goats. We enjoy our animals and interacting with them. She'll really spends a lot more time with them than I do. But she's over there finding something else for them to munch on. But, you know, it kind of brings up a good point. The hot topic word of the day is homesteading. You know, we're homesteading, or, you know, they call it homesteading. It really, I mean, in my opinion, I think Michelle would agree with me. This is just how our grandparents lived. I mean, Michelle's grandparents, you know, up until their health got bad, they were, you know, they still farmed, you know, grew a big garden, had, you know, they had animals that they would raise and use for eggs and meat. I mean, it's just a way of life, and you know, it's just like it's been kind of popularized, and we put the homesteading name on it, but I'm really not a fan of that name. I mean, I don't consider us to be homesteaders. You know, I don't think of homesteading. I think of back in the 1800s when, you know, you just carved out, you know, a homestead out of a chunk of wilderness or whatever, you know, or prairie, and you know, and just went from there. It's just simple living, just trying to be self-sufficient, you know, at least a little bit, just enjoying the simple life, and it's the way our grandparents did it. It's the way that, you know, and it's become popular, and we put that kind of homestead name on it, and we're guilty of it too. Our Facebook page is Dogwood Hill Homestead, but I'm just not a fan of that name. You know, it's just simple living, self-sufficient living, trying to not be so dependent on the grocery store all the time. You know, and that's my philosophy of the day. Thanks so much for watching. It means the world to us. We love to see your comments. Thanks so much for everything that you have done for Michelle and I by watching this video. It is a tremendous blessing to us to have you spend some time with us on these videos. Guys, have a great day. I'm going to eat. See you later.